Hey, True Believers England team here. It is Monday night, and as always, at 9 o'clock, we do a live stream, and nobody shows. All righty. Well, I saw a couple of things I wouldn't mind talking about here. One is a rant. Not a huge rant, but it is something that I had noticed. And that is the fake freaking milestone issues. I was going through stuff. I saw the solicitations for Marvel Comics, and they are actually this kills me, man. Every time I see it, this kills me. But they are literally doing a what is this? A Marvel Age 1000. They're doing a Marvel Age 1000, Black Cat. At least with Action Comics and Detective Comics, you could say, well, there were 1,000. It's a bullshit thing. There is no right now. Even they're doing what is it? Detective Comics 1066 or something like that, 67.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit. But now they got the Marvel Age, and they're not even hiding it anymore. Marvel Age ended at issue number 140 in the 80s. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Marvel Age issue number 141. Marvel's Big Day honors the release of Marvel Comics #1, the one that started it all, the groundbreaking issue. Didn't they do this last year? Didn't they actually have a Marvel Comics 1000?
They had Marvel Comics 1000 and then 1001. This is Marvel Age 1000.
That's Marvel Age 1001. But the Marvel Age was a freaking okay. Even if you were to do that, I guess what are they saying? They've only done 1,000 issues since the Marvel Age begun. Let's read this. Okay. The one that started it all, the groundbreaking issue opened the doors to the Marvel Universe for the first time ever, creating tapestries of superheroes and stories that have gone on and to inspire generations of fans around the world. The stories featured in Marvel Age 1000 will be Grand Tour, the Marvel mythos, with the stories that explore the classic days of Marvel in exciting new depth. In addition, Marvel Age 1000 will bring back a classic and beloved comics tradition, Marvel Comics value stamp. I do like the name Marvel, J. Michael Straczynski being in it, but come on, guys. This is the war. This is probably since they did the same thing, because they're not saying, "Hey, we're gonna do Marvel Age and we're gonna bring back the news. We're gonna create a community that we feel is fallen aside." Yada yada, blah blah blah. Instead of doing any of that, they're just going to basically do what they did last year again. Marvel Comics number 1000, because we've done only 1,000 issues of any comic. We're going to pretend like it's been 1,000 issues or so forth and so on. And they've done this with so many. Look, Spider-Man, this is not Spider-Man, whatever they are on, 800 and something or other. Spider-Man ended, I believe, in the 380s. It didn't even make, it made
it to 400.
Yeah, it made 400.
400 is the one where Aunt May dies.
Yeah, 400. Yeah,
the first time.
Great. I've actually sold that issue at the auction for the first time. But it shouldn't even be in the 800s. This is volume 17 or 18, and it's issue number probably 3 when you ever see a Spider-Man comic. And this is Marvel Age number 141. On sale in August. I ran about this all the time, and once again, I thought, okay, I'll renew the rant since they're renewing the book every time. I've been ranting about this for years now, about especially how Dan Didio and Jim Lee cheated us out of an Action Comics 1000. They cheated us out of Detective Comics 1000. And I know some people, well, they're on 1000th issue, but I'm sorry, man, not buying it. Look, I'll tell you what, they don't have it here, but also I will bet you this is going to be one of those thick ass $9.99 issue, which I got to tell you,
prices are usually there with the solicits.
Yep. At least Action 1000 is legit. Not anytime I've been alive there, Jay. Hey, Dave, how you doing, man? So yeah, that's my rant there, and I just thought, okay, well, that's 4 minutes 50 seconds worth of a topic, but it's just, why are they doing this stuff? Why are they doing this stuff again and again and again? It's the same freaking thing. No. Nope. Tevia Detective Comics wasn't legit. The Action Comics wasn't legit. Even the numbering that's going on isn't legit. It's like they used to at least respect this, where you would see volume 2, issue number 1, issue number 2, and it would be a whole start over. I'm sorry, but if you're not willing to put the numbers, if you're not being willing to be honest to your audience, why are you putting it out there? I mean, yeah, it's a cash grab. I know, we all do, but this is just, it's just one more thing, it's one more thing, a gimmick. It's over the story. And look, I read comics in the 90s. I know all about gimmicks being placed before the freaking story. It seemed like they would go, hey, I got a great idea for a cover, and what comic do you want to put behind it? And they didn't seem to give a shit so long as the cover was cool. But Lord in heaven, this is the worst, because they pit it as some sort of milestone issue, which it's not. It's a fake milestone. There's no Marvel Age 1000. There's no Marvel Comics 1000. There wasn't even a Marvel Comics number 2. They changed it to Marvel Mystery Comics. And got news for you, kids. It's not the Marvel Age, because the Marvel Age didn't start in the 30s. It didn't start in the 40s. It didn't start in the 50s. It started in the 60s with Fantastic Four number 1. So it doesn't even make sense as far as the Marvel Age is concerned. If you were going to do a Marvel Age 1000, it would have been done in the middle of the 80s or something around those lines, where they would have accumulated 1000 comics, and you could go, haha, here we go. So they don't even get their fake freaking milestones proper. They don't even know how to do that. Like, it's a way to get $10 separated from you and your wallet here. Whoops. Something's dragging on the line there. I was trying to move over so I could see the comments, even though I took my glasses off. The story behind that, of course, is I called out Razor Fist a couple times for being able to see a script, so I don't want that. I got to be honest there. At least Barfin Captain America 25 was legit. You know what? Bad character. Horrible character. Poorly written story. But yes, he was legitimate because he was a legitimate character. Hey, Ahsoka, what's up? We also have Jay Lucian. Tevi is in the house. Ed Brewer, what's going on, my friend? Alrighty. And Jim, Marvel at 1000. Math alone makes the highest issue number around 500. Yeah, what would that be? Actually, Marvel Age made it to, this would be Marvel Age issue number 141. And I think I would respect it more if they called it Marvel Age 141 and they made it a news thing. Let's get the community back together, because their efforts right now is horrible. They are gatekeeping aplenty. If y'all saw we actually went after a gatekeeper on our last live stream, I believe on Friday. It was some guy who calls himself Actual Fandom while calling the Black Pills anti-fans. So, yeah, talk about gatekeeping. What were you about to say, Black Cap?
I was gonna say something like Spider-Man. They faked it to 801. I think they're gonna fake it to 900 soon enough.
Yeah.
So if you think, like, if Marvel Age went crazy, they might have done something like this. They brought back around Marvel Legacy, that was 2017, 2018. They brought back like some canceled titles with the old renumbering. There was Tales of Suspense 100 to 104.
Yeah, I remember they did like Shang-Chi, the next issue off of the 1970s. Silver Sable got an issue.
They did Silver Sable. They did
Power Pack.
What was that?
One of them.
One was the kids thing, Future Foundation or something like that.
Yeah,
and the one that stuck more than one issue was Tales of Suspense, where they brought back Black Widow.
Alrighty.
Actually,
Let's
they brought
see.
back a clone of Black Widow after she was killed.
Now, I'm trying to find where did Spider-Man leave off in the night? It was in the 1990s, I believe they canceled it. Amazing Spider-Man. But yeah, it just doesn't even make the numbers don't make sense. And granted, it was cute. The first time I saw it done was She-Hulk. I think it was She-Hulk #3, the Dan Slott run, where they had her lifting up someone said 100, and it would have been the 100th issue, but they still had the #3 there. Like the cover said 100, but it had #3 because it was the third issue of that volume. It was the third issue of the book. It's ridiculous the way they're doing these.
Yeah, in the 90s they canceled it at 441.
Okay, yeah. So we should be. It should be. And how many have been since? Amazing Spider-Man's like been 5 or 6 different runs now. Anytime they get a new creative team, they reboot. That's the new. That's the new thing. I don't
There
think.
was there was the 1986 series or that series, the one with I think Jurgens or something like that.
Hmm?
And then Straczynski came over. They reboot. They took back at 500. They brought back the original numbering for
Okay.
500. That continued into the slot era up till Superior Spider-Man.
All right. Well, yeah.
Then
Just I don't know. It's always sad. I mean, I see the comments here, and you're like, okay, these guys. He's on a rant. He's going. It's going to be something. I don't get it. I don't get it. But you know what? And this will probably be the weirdest thing. I'm ranting about this because I don't know why it bothers me, but it does. I'm ranting about this, even though I know nobody in my chat is going to be buying that piece of shit. Okay, you know what? I'm assuming things, but are any of you going to be like, you know what? I think I want to get Marvel Age 1000. I'm going to do that. Or here's something: what would it take for you to purchase Marvel Age 1000 at $9.99? What would there have to be in that book for you to say, you know what, that's worth it? Is there anything you could think of that Marvel could do to make you think that Marvel Age 1000 would be worth the Black Cat?
uh, not for me, no.
Beyond having a Frank Miller, Dan Jurgens Daredevil story, an original made now, and I think that's impossible because isn't Dan Jurgens dead? I could be wrong. I think he is, though, is he?
No, he's not. He's not dead. He's
Okay, let's bring him
doing
on.
indie
There you
stuff.
go. That is something. Dan Jurgens and Frank Miller Daredevil, brand new story. That might actually make it worth it. You know, okay, I'll check that out. We have Straczynski. Okay, let's get a Sienkiewicz Moon Knight story with a decent. I mean, if it's like T. Franklin and Sienkiewicz, I'm not doing that. Sienkiewicz, or I've always said that wrong.
Sink cabbage.
Sienkiewicz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sinking cabbage.
The Phantom has more comic mileage than DC or Marvel at the one over the one. That's true. That is true. And we just sold a whole bunch. And yeah, I heard about the trailer for Cleopatra. Ahsoka's bringing it up, and this is open mic Monday. So whatever you guys end up talking about, we'll talk about. I saw the trailer, and this is apparently, I guess this is produced by what's her name, the Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett, and they decided that, well, you know,
Hey! You're supposed to keep her name out of your mouth.
no, Chris Rock, he said nothing about me. I am A-OK to talk about Jada Pinkett. I have not yet received a slap or a summons. And in this case, she decided at some point in time that, well, you know, she's probably black. No, she wasn't. There's actually statues and stuff like that. So there is a lot of evidence saying that Cleopatra is Grecian, but they've been doing this. They did an Anne Boleyn story where they portrayed her as a black woman. And look, it's bad enough if they do a fictional character instead of doing. I've said this on when we were talking about the Gatekeeper, the actual fandom guy. I mentioned how instead of doing Little Mermaid, it would have been better to get an African fable. Let's bring that in. Let's
What
let's
they
put those forward.
what they
But
don't know is because this is when the Earth was completely different. People mixing was completely different.
mhm. Well,
Random people's skin colors would be complete, like everyone was traveling here and there, so you don't know who was black, who was white, who was Mediterranean. And
except
because they,
once again, if you
yeah,
are seeing pictures of a person, if you're seeing
mhm,
statues of a person, there's
yeah,
historical
base,
documentation that Cleopatra
yeah,
more than likely was
basically
Grecian.
she's Greek, she might be a very tanned Greek person,
Yeah,
like with a very very bad tan, like
yeah.
sunburn kind of
Okay,
stuff, because
let me
Egypt.
get some comments. The numbering is about as stable as the continuity. Hey Dalton, why don't you jump in? Let me. What did I just? Oh, I stopped. I instead of doing it, I stopped sharing. Yeah, she's obviously Grecian. She's
Yeah,
and why not? That's fine. It's fine, but I don't get.
they think because Egypt is in Africa, everyone is equals to black, even though the Egyptians would be more like Mediterranean, more Arab like.
Yeah, but it's par for the course these days, and I have not yet heard anything along the lines of if you say this is bad, then you're racist. But I'm pretty sure it's coming. I'm
I
pretty
think
sure at
some
some point in
Egyptian
time.
guy sued the thing.
Yeah, I it was a scholar, I think, wasn't it? Or shoot,
Some lawyer.
no, okay. Okay, hold on just a sec. I've got something dragging the cord down, trying to make the camera fall over. I'm already unprofessional enough. Let's see what we have here. The numbering is about as stable as continuity, says Dalton, and the time scale, yeah, you can't trust these things. And now Netflix is getting sued by Egyptians. Yeah,
Yeah.
and why not? I mean, why wouldn't they deserve to? If I mean, let's at least portray some sort of truth in our biopics. It's one thing like if they do a movie like Hoffa, the Jack Nicholson, Danny DeVito, really good movie. But Danny DeVito is like four different characters, and they do that kind of thing to make sure that you're not watching a 19-hour long movie rather than a 2 hour
Yeah.
biopic or something like that.
Or Tropic
That's one
Thunder,
thing.
where Robert Downey Jr. is a guy playing another guy playing another guy.
Right. Well, that's not biopic, but that's an awesome movie. Yes. But out and out lying. Come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
It's a goddamn documentary. It shouldn't be that difficult to go, oh wait, the historical record says this, and the Egyptian people are in favor of this, therefore, duh.
Or okay, I'll tell you one that does it right. Hamilton. Hamilton is completely race swapped. As they make the pro-slavers the good guys. They make the anti-slavers, or they make the pro-slavers the black guys. They make the anti-slavers the white guys, and they say, "Hey, okay, we're gonna do this story, and everybody's gonna be race swapped." But they announce it at the beginning what they're doing. They understand the truth of the matter.
And it's consistent.
Yeah, and what this Cleopatra movie is doing is saying, "No, this is the truth."
That, and it's supposed to be a freaking documentary, so documentaries have a higher standard to historical accuracy than something like a fantasy does.
Yeah, if you're going to do a documentary, most documentaries, the direction manipulates the message. Okay, fine. That's the way documentaries work on both sides of the aisle. If you have one that kind of leans conservative, the director is making sure that conservative gets out. And if you let's say do a medical documentary about how awesome Cuba is, it's all lies and bullshit. So there you go. Let's see what we got here. Maybe a story from all-time Marvel writer artist you never thought you'd see again would get me to buy it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Ed. I think the Marvel Age, if they do that, that would be an awesome way to get me. I would, if they like said no modern writers, we want to celebrate the past. and they just picked up like, hey, let's bring Chuck Dixon in. None of our weak and wimpy writers and artists have to work with them. We'll get somebody who can actually, draw in picture, and we'll go. If they did that kind of thing, yeah, I'd be all over.
Even then, I'm skeptical because a lot of the old guard have internalized the new message or what have you.
Oh yeah, the Mark Wades of them. Oh, by the way, I absolutely 100% love the Bill the Cat reference. Dalton, you know who Bill the Cat is?
Not off the top of my head, no.
You are a young one. All right, there. Bill the Cat is from a comic strip called what was it? Bloom County.
Oh yeah, add the names to so people know who they are.
Oh, okay,
There's a joke in there.
Yep. There we go. And do we have headlines? Okay, there we go. Semi-professional internet troll, and Dalton is just Dalton. I know what you should put up there. Hold on. As a matter of fact, I might grab this for you. Let's see. Okay. How long is this? Because I can't. Nope, I can't do this because it's too. I thought I could find a 40-second or 30-second clip, but I'll have something up for you in just a second, sir. All righty, something that should be played damn near every time you rant. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, hold on. I activated something on my. There we go. I activated something on my computer, and I can't talk to you guys while Asian porn is pouring through my microphone. I was just looking into the history of mummies earlier today. Apparently, people have been wrapping up corpses